Well, I'll take it. I'll take it. I feel like it was like a disastrous morning. Like look, there's people who have far worse mornings than just spilling their children's cereal all over the place. But oh my god, what a scene it was. I gotta say that it was one of those like hilarious moments of where like I'm carrying too many things. I'm carrying over. My son's sitting in his chair, ready for breakfast, and I'm like holding my coffee. I'm holding my phone in an awkward way, and then in the other hand, I'm like barely gripping the bowl of cereal. And just as like I go to like pivot around my dining room table, I hit the top of the chair with the bowl of cereal, and like comically enough, it falls, hits the ground, and it's like a volcano of milk and tricks right in my eye. My son's laughing his head off. I mean, I found it funny too, so that added a little bit of cleanup. So I was happy we were still able to make it in time regardless. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live with Legend of Heroes Trails to Azure back again. Penguins wearing tuxedos here for the morning stream. Glad to see you, buddy. I really are. No, I'm actually. I even if I wanted to blame him, I could not. He was literally sitting locked into his chair, and I can't do anything. It was all me. I will take the blame, as one does. And now, the second part of it. So like, then my coffee thus got cold. Right? And I had like maybe half a cup left in my giant Reese's mug over here. And so then I went to make another coffee, like just pouring the rest in, and I forgot like I had half a cup in it. So I hit like the button like to fill the cup, had it been empty, and I'm looking there and I hear like the dribbling off of the Keurig like go out of the past the mug into like the drip thing, and I'm like, oh no, yeah. So it's gonna be one of those days, maybe ominous days, maybe. Level 55 throughout. We're at the mining village where the mayor has asked us to help on out, I believe, because I believe more monsters are attacking in the village. It's sort of like, did that not seem like that was happening last time? I thought so. Regardless, moving on, because that's where we wanted to go, I think. Chapter 1. Yeah, arrived in mines. Is it mines? Like, is it a play on words like mines? Like mine, like we're going off to the mines. Let's go to mines. Maybe not. Yeah, so speaking on up with Mayor Bixen, I'd like to do, just got chat. Oh, hello. Oh my. Is there something I can do for you, my sweet Fraulein? Who is this guy? He's totally my type. I'm already getting used to seeing this around Wazy. Oh, that was it? That was the conversation? Okay. Thought there would have been a little more, a little less. Hi, talking shop. We did travel a long way, and then we also had a lot of people bitching and moaning about the fact that we walked here and didn't take the bus. What's gonna cost for a rest? Are you kidding me? Think I look like I'm made of money? What do you have here to buy? Stamina steaks, clandestine popcorn, and some scorched fried rice. None of those look appetizing in any way, shape, or form. Gantz lost big time at the casino the other day. It's nice that he isn't complaining as much as he used to, but that idiot is never going to learn. Wait, wasn't that like a problem of his last game? I feel like it was. Nobody here. Nobody there. How about cheer? No one's staying in the suite today? Alright, fine. Well, you have B-bits again. Wait. What are B-bits? What are Bibbits? I'm gonna just say everything wrong. Yeah, I believe that's the mayor's house. I don't want to like interact with him right now. I got people and children to chat with. When I was outside of town this morning, the gate to the deserted mine was open for some reason. When I tried to sneak in, Gantz caught and yelled at me. Dang it, I wanted to go exploring. Well, no exploring for you, my friend. No exploring for you. You're a child. You'll get lost, hurt. The deserted mine outside of town is several decades old in its heyday, yielding crystal after crystal of septium, and that mine contributed to the Empire and the Republic's constant fighting over the land. That's okay. Thanks for the backstory there. Appreciate it. I was gonna say, isn't there like that usual weirdo guy that's just standing back there, like no one knows what he's honestly doing? But my husband works in the mine. Between you and me, he's the highest earner too. Got to get dinner ready before my hunky breadwinner gets home. Okay. How come you can't get out and get a job and become the breadwinner? Huh? Can't expect too much from her, I guess. Alright, and then there was the upstairs over here before we go visit. Wait. I was just trying to think of, like, is that the yes, it is. The Beckel Star. Just means I can get free hype train emotes. Or troll a friend who uses sound alerts. I still don't know what that is. Huh. Miners have been looking more lively lately. I was worried they wouldn't get over what had happened, but I guess I had nothing to worry about. What do you got? Anything? Protective helmets? A mini punching bag? Yeah, I'll buy that. Here's the stat down, the ailment. We're actually pretty good in the, okay, well, we don't have, we'll get those things afterwards. Hi, excuse me, miss? Daddy used to be the best miner in town. That's why he's always so strict with the current miners, but I know he's just worried about them. Is it? Is that all it is? Probably is. I've been looking at those sound alert things. Like it's an extension you can get, and you can set it for, like, you know, if someone wants to use 100 bits, you can make it do a fart sound or something. You know, you can set the sounds to whatever it is. Like, but I always feel like those are like for, you get the bits as well as the okay, I never knew what the sort of the take of it was. So if they pay 100 bits for, say, a month. Oh. Well, that's cool. If Gantz hadn't stopped him in this morning, I don't know what would have happened. At this rate, he's going to get himself seriously hurt. Yeah, I might look into it. Like, I am off next week. So I might take a little peek at a few things and get her all rocking there. Miner Logie used to laze around at work and avoid doing my job. Now I work a lot harder, which unfortunately leaves less time for other things like reading. So you can have this book, if you don't mind. Thank you. The Sunshine Agnes. I don't even know what the hell that is. The Sunshine of Agnes's. Right? That's not what we wanted. Go down to books. Got the Crossbell Times. Oh, we did. Okay, look at that. Oh, it's just like a book. Oh, I was like, what kind of book is this? It's a book, you moron. Alright. Thanks for the lurk, my friend. I'll be here. It's probably spilling my coffee. Pardon us, I believe you called for the CPD's special support section? There you are. Sorry to make you come all this way just for little old us. Hey, look, it's police work. Now, I'm trying to figure, why are we doing things outside of Crossbell? Right? Like, do they fall under our jurisdiction? Good to see you again, as always. You're alright? No more effects from that drug at all? Okay, so that was from the previous game where he was under the blue pill. No, not that blue pill that you're thinking of that gives you raging erections. No, not that. Well, I'm unsure if also that pill gave you a raging erection. It also could do that, but it sort of turned people into demons and made them super smart and all that, but you know, you took a little too much of it. You went a little cray-cray. Thanks again for what you did back then. Howdy ho, Wolfslayer. Good morning to you, sir. Ma'am? How are you? Did you take the day off today? You guys deserve it, right? You're full of some type of Thanksgiving dinner. Even if you didn't have a Thanksgiving dinner yesterday, you still are entitled to have that extra day off, because probably the boxes of wine, the booze was flowing. Yes. Technically, yeah, okay, we'll get that out of the way. The technically working. I'm also technically working, right? I don't make a lot of money doing this, but still technically working, right? I'm good. I am good. How are you guys? Even though you already answered that with the not bad. I mean, maybe it's going to throw on into Chelsea. She hasn't answered the question yet. We'll get there. Yes, monsters in the old town's mines. Oh man, that's where you're sending me? You're sending me somewhere that no one has been in decades. Boy, that sounds like a proper deal with Lloyd and Company. You better be offering me some mead or ale, Anna, if you want me to sit my ass down and listen to a long story about this, okay? Especially because you're talking in Japanese and I have no idea what you're saying. Tea is not going to do it. It's not going to do it. We're not happy about the tea situation. The front gate was destroyed, so someone went on in, broke on in, maybe like, hey, I'm going to take care of this whole situation myself. When did you guys actually put out the support request? That's what I want to know, because someone else already beat me to the other quest. Didn't get the payment for that one. Really upset about it. Sure was. Thing was old, but pretty damn sturdy. One of our own was headed out that way and found it in pieces. Cut my life into pieces. This is my mining village. Monsters in, monsters out. Don't know what else to say. Alright. Thing is, saw it just a couple days ago and it was perfectly fine. So within the last 48 hours, some shitness was going on. The only explanation is some sort of stupidly strong weapon or explosive blew the thing. Look, Lloyd, not everything can be disturbing, okay? So out of concern, you went to check inside and found monsters roaming around? What if they were always roaming around inside, you know, for decades? Just bumping uglies with each other, making more baby monsters that are then getting older, and then they're bumping uglies with everybody else, and there's just a monster orgy going on. It's best if you don't think about what's going on, but, yeah, that. Monster orgies. What is strange isn't the monsters, it's the mine itself. What? It's hard to explain, but like I thought that's why we were sitting down over a cup of tea. It's faintly glowing. Also, like, Mr. Burns is probably in there, like, you know, after his weekly injections. Oh, it's me, I'm glowing! Walls themselves were pulsing with a weird-looking purple light. Okay. I know when I suspect explosives, the first thing I do is peek my head inside. I mean, we know these people aren't the brightest of people. But if I was to trust anyone relatively with explosives and the know-it-all around explosives, it probably would be a group of miners. I feel like they have a good head on their shoulders for being explosive experts. Except for that Gantz guy. He's just a fantastic gambler. Apparently, no, not this game, but he needs to take the blue pill, so. Well, we better get the police force involved. I mean, look, we are busy, but it's little busy work. It's nothing like proper. Like, we're not looking for a missing persons or any stuff like that. We're not dealing with drugs. It took us 100 hours last game to deal with the drug situation. So we're gonna start back on with the baby steps here, and we'll figure what's going on in the mine. No, Lloyd. No. What if I wanted to stumble around the village? Maybe, you know, offer my services, you know, for a little payment on the side, right? Well, look at that. New case. Maybe it's Randy. Just sticking his dick in the glory holes in the mines, causing everything to, I don't know, glow purple. I don't know how that connection comes through, but It's just what popped into my head. Wolfie, have you caught on up with Chelsea in Final Fantasy 14? I installed it. Well, no. This is to say that I made sure it was installed. So I in baby steps myself, I'm moving up. I made sure everything was there. Glad to hear you've made no progress. She usually plays when I play, so she's making progress at the same rate. I'll never truly catch up. Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will. There'll be one day where you'll be homesick, and she'll be off at the office doing God knows what, and that'll be the day you put in 46 levels. That'll be it. If only we could get him to go cold turkey on that gambling habit too. No. Still blows all of his mirror on his off days at the casino. Look, there's worse things he could blow in the city. Okay? War never changes. Yeah, like, I feel like this isn't police work right now. Like, let's not get on anybody about spending their mirror, okay? My God! You're gonna be past me if you stay at this pace. My God! Now I have to be fair. Because when I did play it, there was no expansions. Like, maybe the second one had just come out, but that was like after I had long stopped playing. So I was like max level for quite some time. And then sort of just played, you know, Altaholic stuff or whatever, but yeah. We'll get there. Oh, and I also did look. Like, it's Leviathan, right? I looked yesterday to make sure I could make a new character on the server and everything, so I think they've sort of gotten a little bit better with that, so. Yeah, I remember 50 was A Realm Reborn, 60 was Heaven's Ward. Okay. Alright. When I was little, I'd heard that our elders had closed it because it had become too dangerous to go inside. It's so bizarre that someone would break the lock to that place. So, like, where is it? Head down the mountain path to the clearing outside town, then go northwest. Right now, we have no idea why the gate was destroyed or what might be happening inside. Well, off we go. Is the tactics all good here? We're all good. We probably should be healing people. Actually, we should probably rest. One of us, right? Yeah, we'll get there. I guess I'm gonna have to spend the 400 buckaroos to rest up here. God, it's like spending the night in Niagara Falls or something. It's ridiculous. We take the bus again. Wait, so where's that clearing? The deserted mine. Okay, so it's not too far off. Just wherever there's like a fork in the road, that's where we'll go. Beating off a few monsters. Look at that guy. He's just sitting there chilling. No. I want to get the hippity hoppity bippity boppity on you, my friend. Oh, you're just okay. There we go. Gotta start off with an easy fight, right? Just let everyone do their anime stuff. Also, I did spend some time yesterday, about an hour and a half. I now have 3 people with Meteor Rahan. I got Teddy, Yukiko, and myself, who already had it with Melcheese Dick. I was thinking about leveling to get Salvation, but I thought I don't want to have that much time, but I think I'm in a good spot. And then I also threw Rakunda on Melcheese Dick as well, so I don't know how you're properly supposed to say that persona's name, but Melcheese Dick just sounds proper, so we'll roll with that. I can't remember something from Final Fantasy. So there used to be I know that this was later on, but I remember like when I started the game, everyone got a potion called a Fantasia, and that allowed you to change your looks and everything. I don't know if they handed those out when you guys started to play, but I always wondered, I don't think those things allow you to change your race, because I was going to ask you, like, oh, is that going to allow you to change your race? Probably not. Hey, look, that looks like a how did we not go all the way up there? A protective helmet. That item's used, as in, it used to be a mine before you took it. That was really good. So what level are your party members now? Teddy would have to be 70. Did you get everyone? I would have to say everyone's at 70 or above. I've not gotten one yet, but Justin seemed to believe it happens at 60. Oh, yes. Yes. So, like, when I played, I got one for doing the beta. And then, yes, you get one at level 60, but... and then I think they're $10 to buy in the Mog Station. Can we just all agree... the Mog Station is dog shit and how to, like, approach and do everything? It's so terrible. It's so terrible. It's kind of the recommended floor for Sagiri. If you have the desire to level more, it couldn't hurt, but you'll likely have a much easier time. I don't know why, like, and it's been that way since the beginning. Like, they haven't changed a thing. Other than add the store to buy, like, mounts and stuff like that. They haven't changed a thing. I would have thought, like... And people bitch about it all the time. Like, been playing for so long, I know where everything is. But I think I literally spent probably, like, at one moment... Like, I think I tried to cancel my subscription. Couldn't find how to do it. Like, I was just like, how do you make this so difficult? Like, do you want to just keep the money? It sounds like they got to get Yoshi on that. Like, someone's got to get through to him and go, look... You've done a lot of great stuff for the game. Can we just clean up the Mog Station? Just a touch. Let's just make things a little bit easier to use. Yeah, like that should be something that takes 2 minutes. Like, it's ridiculous, right? Oh, I gotta click over here, but then I'm upgrading from this to go to this, and then you gotta buy a license, but you gotta pick which one you want to buy it on. Oh my god. Yes, that sounds about right, Chelsea. Got the entrance to the mine itself. It's been destroyed by someone who's just dropped their penis. Okay, that's a purple aura right there. Hey, Dark Fantasy! Morty. How are you? How bewitching. I mean, I wouldn't quite call it bewitching, but sure. Now that Dark Fantasy Realms has completed this game, because they just zoomed right on through it, it's going to take me, I don't know, 18 bajillion more years to finish this off. How many chapters are in this game? That's what I would like to know. I want to say 5? Maybe 6 if you want to include, like, is it prologue, 5 chapters, and then, no, sorry. What's epilogue, maybe? Making it 7 total, or maybe it's 5. I'm just gonna shut my app. Please don't tell me that we're gonna call upon the CGF. I feel like we can handle a few monsters here. I'm trying to figure, is the person that broke down this door is the same person that may or may not have murdered those monsters earlier on? I don't know. I do not know. Once we've been investigating the mine, won't have any time for anything else today. Well, should we begin? Well, what else am I working on right now? I think we're good. Yeah, everything else is done. This obviously must be some major shit. I think this was the end of the chapter though here. Oh, I also, so you can tell I'm getting ready to play Final Fantasy as well, because I went and found my my folder, which has like all my hotbars and my keybinds and everything set the way I like it. Like, so like I just like copy it over like as a folder. Yeah, I went and found that. You know it's settled on in. Like it's happening. Something's happening here. Alright. Into the purple void. Purple Lloyd. Okay, this looks like fun. Mushrooms and barrels of monkeys. The deserted mine. Bumping music. A save point, a rest point. Damn it! I knew I wasted 400 goddamn Mira. Not normal. They were not exaggerating about the ground and walls glowing. No, they weren't. Thank you. You're very astute to that point there. There's also a strange feeling in the air. I've got a feeling in the air. It feels stagnant all around. I think there's a hint of miasma inside the mine. Whatever the hell that word is. Higher elements may be present. I don't know why I sound like Jerry Seinfeld there for a hot second, but I feel like they have Wazy's got the power of the scarf, like Maxwell Jacob Freeman and the Burberry scarf. Like they're really just pushing it out there, ready to take off at any given time. You know, maybe they're like a pilot. So what do we do now? My intuition says that investigating further in will definitely be dangerous. You're right. Wolfie, did you unlock the rail gun in Hades? I just unlocked that last night. I still didn't make any accomplishments. I didn't beat off the Theseus and the Minotaur guy. Can't remember what his name is. Really? It's funny. I still don't know if I found my weapon. I don't know like what to say about it. I've had really good runs still with like the shield. I had a relatively decent run with the gun, but it felt like cheating a little bit almost. I don't know. Whoa. You can tell that was serious because he said it in Japanese. Well, now how are we going to get out now? Yes. Yes. Like, you have to stand still to shoot. One of those weird, like, third-person shooter things that they didn't learn back in the 90s. What did you say about I don't know if you've beat the Minotaur and Theseus, but it's murder the bull first, right? Uh-oh. I hope you guys got some large equipment to move those for us. I murdered the bull. Wait, have you beaten them? Have you beat them? There's no way you've gotten ahead of me. There's no way. I can't accept it. I can't accept it, because I'll have to accept it. It's happened. Hold on. That's something. I feel like I get screwed now. So like, I don't know if Megara, if she doesn't come back anymore, and then I just have to deal with the sisters. But I feel like now that you have to deal with the sisters, it makes for like running through that part a little bit harder, because they beat my ass, and not in a fun sexual way, but like, you know, in a terrible like dead way. It's either that or I barely make it out of it, and I've already used like 1 or 2 of my death defiances things, and I'm like, well, shit. I can smell a hint of gunpowder. That tipped me off. Gunpowder? That must be what the faint smell of something burning in the air is. I even read, I had a song about it. Gunpowder's seldom used anymore. It's quite rare. What do we use? We use Orbo powder now, right? That's what goes straight up the nose. And then everyone doesn't go to bed for 46 hours. And I heard it's also not as expensive. Uh-oh. Who's setting us up here, Lloyd? Start turning on the detective brain there. Wait, so does Meg still show up? Like, is it just like a clock? You know, just every once in a while, someone will pop their head in and she shows up, and then the sisters show up. Cause, okay, phew. So you sort of have to take advantage of when she's in there. Also, I hate the archers in Elysium. They can die a terrible, terrible death. I hate them. Detonation happened right after we came in, so it's likely someone wanted to keep us from retreating. So it's almost like maybe someone is probably watching us right now. Who would do such a thing? Probably Randy Orlando. He's afraid that we're not going to watch his porno movies anymore, so that's a way he could trap us on in there and, you know, open our eyes up for it. I hate the archers, and I hate the guys that have the bag of bombs and they throw them everywhere. I hate those people. Are you done your milk? Oh, is that your blankie? Yeah. I knew that was gonna happen. Pardon me, folks. I got a hat to get. Hey, what hat? Oh my god. I don't know if this will fit. It's you don't really get to see because it doesn't fit my head. Do you want to wear this? No. Okay, sorry. My son would want to wear this, but I will grab another hat. So here, you can put this on. Here. All right, and Dad will put on another hat. Ow! Okay, got this. Come here. Put your hat on. Come here. Put your hat on again. Put this one on. Come here. No, what? You can't have the hat on that I have now. We look fantastic. Now that's my microphone. Okay, that's enough of that. No, you can't be up here. No. You want a juice? All right. Yeah, I look like I'm about to go out fishing, I guess. No. Watch your show. Do you want a juice? No? You want some snacks? Yeah. All right, we gotta get snacks now. Let's go get snacks. 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 Come on. Snacks. Okay. Next. That pleases you aesthetically. Well, that's great. Let's see. 1040. There we go. We got something going. I really do wish the Cocoa Melon toque would have fit, but this'll... Is my hair, like... Is my head getting bigger somehow? I felt like this fit better before. Maybe it didn't. Maybe I'm the one thinking that. Anyways. Yeah, let's call for backup when no one's going to be able to get in here. Oh, let me guess. We don't get any service in here. Shitty... What shitty company have we signed up with that doesn't get any service in here? I read in the manual that it's difficult to connect in closed spaces. Must be because of them rock walls. No. Not in our bedroom. No. No. In here. Or out there. He somehow needs to have every single TV on in the house. With the exact same thing. It's almost as if, like, you know, it's just so, like, when he wants to walk somewhere else, he can, like, yeah, you know, hey, I'm not missing my show, Dad. Alright, is there monsters to fight? Can we figure this out? Like, let's get going here. Could you imagine just like end of game? Just someone dropped more boulders on us, just murdering us, and then it went to an anime which was really over the top. Like, thanks for playing, you took too long to listen to them chat. With that in mind, the culprit is this dangerous, there's no time to spare. Whoo boy! Stand put or going in deeper. Both less than ideal, but we could very well be walking into a death trap. Never a dull moment with Guy Bannings and company. Oh wait, no, that's the dead guy. Lloyd Bannings, there we go. I mean, maybe we'll see Guy, I don't know. Probably not. Remember when we were thinking we were gonna figure out who killed Guy, and then we went back to little tiny police works? That's what happened. What does ja mean? Ja. 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 You can use burst now. When the burst gauge is full, all 4 party members can act. Morty, you can activate burst. Lasts until the gauge depletes. Increases when attacking and decreasing when being attacked. If a full gauge is not used in a timely manner, it will eventually drop a level. To activate, hold right with an attack highlighted and press A. It acts instantly. There's no cast time. It recovers from all ailments and impedes... Ooh. In every chapter, there will be story events in which you will be able to use burst. When the burst gauge at the top right of the battle screen is full, select burst. Your party will dominate the turn order. During this time, all allies' ailments will be recovered, attack power increases by 20%, and CP is generated automatically. Furthermore, arts that would normally take time to cast can be activated immediately. It means yes in German. I didn't know they were speaking German now. I thought we were speaking Japanese. Conversely, being attacked will decrease the gauge, and if the gauge is maxed out, burst is not activated with several turns, it will drop. Okay, so can't be used when someone's dead. That was a lot to take in right there. All right, so don't need to use that. God, where do we even want to, like, I feel like if this is something over here, like, do we start over here? Just work our way, you know, from the north. Oh, I hate the lack of maps. Okay, yep, that's a gauge. That's a gauge and a half. All right. That's not what I wanted. I wanted artsy fartsies. There we go. Use it. When allies attack, the burst gauge increases when it's full. You can select burst. Like, do you want me to use it like the first fight? The Pals Corp, cave-dwelling resilient monster with neurotoxic venom. It does the most hated of all things, calls allies. Please don't do that. How many times you can have a critical attack here? Okay, that'll work. Wow. Okay. That'll work. Red flies. I look forward to doing a little bit of fishing in that. I'm sure there's got to be some type of thing to fish from here. Probably. That makes sense, right? When the burst gauge is full, burst can be activated. I feel like it wants me to use it. Like, please use it. Okay, game, relax. I will use it. Okay, you want to go anime? Fine. So that's the advantage. It does act right off the hippity hop. It's a fungus. Do you think it's a fun guy? It's gotta be. Oh, I see. So it's just like sort of an all, like, just everyone just gets out and attacks. They all seem like fun guys, right? Wolf Slayer, I feel like you're a fun guy. Please don't tell me that someone is not sending you out to, you know, out on the town to go visit something, right? You know, that's not part of your job today. Great. Mystic Souls. You have to be thorough to open all of my buddies in this game. You know what they say, there's no chest for the weary. Okay, that was a little bit of a joke there, sure. What does that do? Prevents petrify and or defense up 15. Ooh. Ooh. You're remote today. You're a remote, eh? Wait, Wazy's a I was gonna say the defense, because he's up front a lot. He's up front. Oh, hello! Oh, I didn't even know you were gonna be there, smacking me. I keep forgetting it's not a thing. Can we get Tio back in here? Ow. So just a further question though, if before COVID was a thing, you said that you were like basically out everywhere 5 days a week. How has your job been to like fully remote? Surely that must be a problem. Oh, you're in office 5 days a week. I thought you were like out on the what's the word I'm thinking of? It's escaped me. On site, maybe? I don't know. On location? Oh. You had to shoot that poor thing? So I was on site for some projects in the past, but my most recent project can be done mostly remote, at least right now. That may change. Okay. Forgive me, for I was confused. Critical? That's what you did for a critical? I'm a little let down here. I'm not gonna lie. You fled, you piece of sh... Oh, I'm not happy about that. Not at all. Wait, there's nothing here? Oh, that's a little shitty. Oh, I'm definitely gonna miss a few things in here. Definitely. I don't understand why do they hide a map here? Like, why? Like, what's the advantage to the game of, like, let's not give these people a map in this? Like, it's just hurting my brain that you don't offer that to me. Hey, hoi, hi, ho, hi, ya. Oh, now we overdid it. Oh well. All right, Ellie, throw it out there. Oh, see, had I probably have used that before, then we probably would have murdered them. But no, Jordan was an idiot not using his brain. Can you imagine, like, there was legitimate scorpions out here in the world, like, this big? I'm sure maybe in Australia that's a thing. That'd be terrifying. Like, there's that, like, was it a wolf spider? Which apparently I've heard isn't actually terrible, but... Or red flies. Thank you. Aren't things going crazy in Australia? Didn't they, like, lock them down again or something? Everyone thought Canada was super bad, and I'm not here to get on about the Australian government or what they're doing, but, like, I remember so many people, like, there's a lot of, like, film stuff going on in Canada, and a lot of the people that sort of, like, they refer to, they were stuck here and they couldn't do anything. They were annoyed with it. But, God, it seems like Australia and New Zealand, they get, like, one case, and it's like, okay, we're locked down again. Lockdown! I feel like the win is just doing this. Like, anytime it pops up, why wouldn't I do this? I don't understand. Gonna act quickly. Everyone's getting a fun turn. Oh, come on. How many people do not have some earth-loving moves here? There we go. See, that's damage. That's damaging to somebody. Just enough to just give them a little poke in there, and there we go. That went well. Okay, that went well. Lots of experience, a lot of Mira, Sepith. Wow, I did this last game. I have to remember, do not change your route, because I'm gonna get forgetful. And, oh, did I go back that way? Do I gotta go back this way? Which way do I gotta go here? We can't be so mean to the fun guys of the world like that, because, you know, if there isn't any more fun guys like Wolfslayer hanging out, then the world is not a good place. Hi. You want to... Oh, sorry. You want juice? Okay, I get my guy a little juice. Come on. Go get a juice. Sorry about that. A dark mushroom from a fun guy. Oh, I can't wait till I get even more confused of the area we are in now. I keep wanting to attack these things, like... More successful ambushes. Somehow my wife's hair is on a clean shirt of mine. I don't know how that happens. Oh, lordy. Oh, I love when a team rush just happens right off the bippity bop like that. Oh, I love it. Oh, hello? Oh, are we going to say a story here? For a century, I've dreamed of being plundered by the great pirate Shimmerer. Probably shouldn't have planted myself in a mine in a landlocked state. Yeah, that's something. Wolf, have you made any strides in this game yourself? Or, I mean, not this game per se, but I mean, I remember you were playing the Trails series. Is that continued on, or sort of escaped you? You know, Final Fantasy, that'll eat up all of your days. Like, as I've said, hence why I'm a little standoffish to even do it myself. Like, I know, like, I'll still stream a ton, but I'm almost afraid of, like, I'll get too involved with Final Fantasy to even think of, like, I won't, like, negate my games to be played, but it certainly happens. I played a little more of it a little while ago, but it's getting away from me, and I've been playing too much Final Fantasy. So it's weird how an MMO has that take on people, eh? It's so weird. I feel like I should be using some of my CP. I should stop being a CP hoarder. Don't be needing that. I wonder if this is gonna be one of those things of like, do I just follow the tracks and then the tracks end and then Jordan's even more confused. Oh my God, Wolf Slayer, fun guys again. Wow. Do we even get these guys? Okay, yeah, we got them. This has happened with other MMOs too. It's a dangerous thing for me to start playing a new. So what was the last MMO you played? Well, I would assume World of Warcraft, right? I mean, it maybe been something different. I don't know if you tried New World or whatever. Black Desert Online, okay. That's more of a, is that more PvP centric though? Because that's what I always heard about, like, New World. Not that I'm interested in New World, but I always saw, like, it looks good, sure, but I was never about having a game that looks fantastic. Like, World of Warcraft will always hold that special place in my heart. Like, I had a lot of fun with that game myself, but, like, never again. No longer interested. But, like, for something that was, like, a cartoony look, it sort of still did the part. Hmm. I never considered it PvP centric. It's more about being a universalist. Why are we talking about Black Desert Online or New World? I mean, I never played Black Desert, so I don't know. Gaining knowledge, combat, life skills emphasizes that besides combat. I mean, World of Warcraft was so good until it's been like probably 2 expansions since I've last played, but like the one where they just like essentially like now you can start the game in any expansion you want. Like there is no story anymore. It's like, okay, like everything just doesn't make sense because you've thrown in the DeLorean and Doc Brown now. Like it like you have to have some standards with this type of stuff. Like thank God Final Fantasy decided to not do that. Like, and because I think they know like a lot of people approach that almost like a single-player Final Fantasy experience. Like, you have to have that story intact for everybody. Don't change it. Let people go through at their own pace. If you change that, people are going to be really mad. You got your dump truck? Got your dump truck? What you saying? Can you say truck? Truck? Whoa! You okay? What'd you trip over? You hurt your bum? In other news, I just completed all of the Summoner quests for A Realm Reborn, so I have about, 97 main scenario quests to get through before Heaven's Ward and a new Summoner's Quest. That's a lot. Wait, have you been not doing all of the main quest stuff? Like, have you been, like, avoiding it and just doing all, like, side stuff and, like, the Summoner stuff? Congratulations, by the way. What, can I ask, what, I never played much of Summoner. Who's, like, your current summon? Like, I only know of, like, Carbuncle, and you get, like, a healer one, Eevee, Airy, Evie, something like that. That's all I know of, like, the 2 that I've ever sort of dabbed in. My name is Inigo Chestoya. You opened my father. Prepare to die. Okay, that would have been better if had you actually had a, you know, a quest or a fight. I just haven't made it to the patches yet because you have the 41 to 50 level quest and you have patch 2.2.2.2.2.2.2.2.5. Garuda! That's the wind one, I believe. Although whether they do wind stuff at all. I do remember, like, people walking around, like, I think I've seen Ifrit, and stuff. I like how they give you, like, little miniaturized versions of them that just stumble around with you. I think that's great. I wish you could name at least Carbuncle. Got your Ritz cracker? Now let's get it out of the way. Let everyone murder them. I feel like this is a little over the top. Again, tonight is for Lloyd. You know, you shoot your gun off right next to him. Take it easy there, Baldwin. Can we make fun of that yet? You know, I know the jokes of that are, you know, don't make fun of someone that got killed, but, you know. I feel like that just escaped out of the news. Ifrit is your single attacker, and Titan is your defensive. I mean, like in all honesty, like it's super terrible. Like he was handed a weapon on a movie site that, you know, he was led to believe wasn't, you know, loaded, but like, yeah, you start to hear more and more about like did he point it at it in like a jokingly manner, like so he doesn't know proper gun safety, you know, regardless of whether they're fake guns or real guns, you never pointed at something that you're not thinking to murder. So none of the main EG summons heal to my knowledge, but Titan provides defense. I could have sworn maybe it's one of the there's like 2 carbuncles, right? But one's only like a defensive one. There's the blue one. Yeah, I know that stuff. I know that's. I'm trying to think though. Maybe like what's the next class after? No, you're an Arcanist, then you're a Summoner. What's the other one then? Maybe it's that one I'm thinking of that I see. I do see these people like, because you can spec in a dungeon to be a healer, right? I can't remember. God damn it. I almost feel like I gotta jump on in now and just start playing it up. I've heard of moss that glows before. Oh god, we're in the world of moss. Oh, so it's just a bunch of weed moss. Call it whatever you want, it's weed. Remember, you don't have to partake in the legal weed, folks. Described as being a different color. Perhaps this moss isn't the same species. Like, I mean, you can we can laugh at the the Segway founder falling off of a cliff in a Segway, right? Like that's funny. Like it's shitty, but it's funny, right? Arcanist summoners do come with low-level healing ability, but I think you're thinking of White Mage. No. Give me some credit here, Chelsea. I've played Final Fantasy. I know who the... Just gotta work through the breathing here. Sure doesn't sound like it. All right. I'm telling you, there's like a floating. They all float. There's a floating yellowish one that starts with an E. It's like EIGO something, and it heals people. I gotta look this up. I gotta figure it out. You wanna take your hat off? Okay, there you go. Yep. Alright, here we go. I'm finding it right now. Final Fantasy Summoner. What would you call that? Summoner summons? Summons? Simoons? Yeah, but so like, what's the one that's healing people? Eggies? Oh, now I'm just getting everything that doesn't even make any goddamn sense. I need to see. That one heals though, right? That one heals. I see Garuda. I see Titan. Ifrit, Garuda. All right, that just talks about Endwalker stuff. I'm lost. Not much makes me uncomfortable, but you do talk about penises a lot. Thankfully, I don't get bothered by that. Wait, when did I talk about penises? Like, just, I mean, outside of just now, Lothars, but... Was I talking about it without even realizing it? Just in general. Should I dumb it down a little bit? Perhaps if I just came up with another word for it. Like, what's wrong with using the real word for it? Should we double down on cock? Dick? Johnson? L Sausage? Right, yeah. Spread all over. Maybe sprinkle it on a few more things, right? Pen 15. Remember in elementary school? Kids would come up to you and go, hey, you want to join the Pen 15 club? And you're like, what's the Pen 15 club? We're like, oh, well, give me your arm, and I write Pen 15 on your hand. And then you're like, okay. And then you're like wondering, hey, why are you holding my hand so tightly? What is this going to get me in trouble for? And then you're like, oh, you wrote penis on my hand. We are doing fantastic, Lothars. I mean, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I think we can. How are you doing? Don't eat that. Don't eat that. Don't you have snacks? No? I saw the stream caption and it had to start it off. Doing well, thank you. Yes. End of the hat. Now my hair's all screwed up. Way to go, Chelsea. I had a patron recently that knew a lot about the medical benefits of plants. When I went out for drinks, she told me about all kinds of ways that she can use to spice things up in the bedroom. There it is. How would you spice things on up in the bedroom with these floras and faunas of the world? Damn, Limits, I was about to redeem it again. I know, right? There is a sunglass party that's still applicable if that does tickle your fancy. I had high hopes. For the Cocoa Melon toque, but I assure you they were virgin cocktails. See, I see sometimes the game even does the joke for me before I even do it. See, I didn't say cocktails. Cocktail, right? Sure. I mean, I did say it, but it wasn't me. It was Wazy. Wait, why are you... Burst can only be used at specific times in the story. Let me guess, I can't use it during boss fights. Since attack power is raised by 20 and CP increases automatically, crafts become even more easier to use. I haven't even used crafts during that time. Alright, sure. Take the opportunity to best exploit enemies' elemental weaknesses by using arts during burst mode. Finally, don't forget to take full advantage of burst during tough boss fights, monster chests, and so on. Have fun. Okay. I'm gonna take a pee. I'll be right back, and yeah. Sorry about that. I just stepped on your thing. I almost broke it. You're getting long hair again. You getting that mullet rocking again? No, no mullets. Okay. Yes, use bursts, but you can only use it during certain things, because otherwise we're going to get mad about it. A treasure chest with a quartz fragment. In our conflict, refusing to relieve itself, Zero thrusted his penis in his mouth upward of his sprawl position. That penis inverts was for you, Lothars, and placed the chest atop his dresser. Still had some hours to decide whether or not to tell Genevieve about it. Jesus, indeed. I feel like there's a whole area we didn't even go in. Like, this was coming from, like, the north side, and now none of this even makes sense there, people. Oh, that's a... Okay, god damn it. Oh, he was right there for the kicking. Those things look like they're angry. Moss eater. Do you think they just eat moss? I don't think they do. I think they do more things than that. Okay, yeah, that'll do the dealio. How many eyes do they have? Oh, come on. It's like a minuscule amount of HP to use. Mutant caterpillar that feeds on Zemuria moss. Its potent poison causes petrification. Okay, so you can not touch me. What was it? Wind and earth? No, wind and water. There we go. Or ice, you know. Come on, let's finish this thing off. There we go. Full heal. That's great. I didn't think we had to murder it from the gods there, but you know, Thor came in big there. Fair enough. Nothing to do over there? Okay. Dum 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 dum. Oh, look. Can I not say, what do those look like? What do those look like? Have you ever heard of the Drakengard games? Aren't those the old Nier games? I have heard of them. Never played them. Okay. I have to say, I certainly saw them. Alright, who needs to be murdered here? Lightning? Sure. I bought my wife them for Christmas since she was wanting them for a long time, and she was able to find both the strategy. See, those are rare finds now. Is the plan for her to stream them? Hopefully, I guess she doesn't know, right? And she doesn't come into this stream, so it's a secret safe with us, there, Superman. What was she streaming last night? I was exhausted last night, but she is a huge Nier fan. That's like on my list to play, but like Xenosaga 3, that's it. I knew it started with a Xeno. I'd love to murder these two guys in a row, but I have a weird feeling that they're gonna move. It is a wonderful game. I would love to maybe get into those eventually. Oh, if you could like move into that line as well, sir. Ma'am? No, don't move out of it. I don't know, like, you ever think like those games will get, like, who owns the Xenosaga license now? Isn't it, wasn't there, like, Xenosaga Chronicles or something? On the Wii and Wii U or something? Is that the same series? Namco? Is that the same thing? Okay. Namco seems to own a lot of... It's an off... Okay. Sparkle, sparkle. Oh, I was just gonna say, thank God they haven't petrified me, and then what happened was a petrification. Artsy fartsy, what do you got here? I don't have a lot of those. Xenogears, Xenoblade Chronicles are all the same universe, but I believe different generations and are not exactly related. Okay. No, 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 no. It's a solid whack. At least he didn't petrify me there. Hip hip hooray, huh? There we go. That's what we wanted. Alright, now the critical hit. Can we get through on this? There we go. Wait, that Xenogears... Was that a PS1 or PS2 game? Because I thought I saw like bits and pieces of it and I was like, that game doesn't look too terrible. Oh, which way were we going here? So this is where we've screwed up. I feel like we've been going this way. Oh, god damn it. Oh, well. Why do they call the Enigma 2 an orbment? The quartz are square, the frame is square. They should call it a squarement. That's Goldia, Jerry! Gold! They made a Seinfeld joke in it. Oh, where's Quickly Dying? She hates those. I was wrong. I guess each one are set in their own little universe. There are small references and Easter eggs, but nothing super serial. Let's just make it for sure. There you go. Yeah, I remember hearing that the one for the Wii U was really good, but because it was on the Wii U, no one played it. But I think it's on the Switch now too. I want to say that. I want to speak out loud and think that. No, hopefully it will be sometime. I thought I heard them say that long ago. Like they realized, like, you know, hey, the Wii U isn't really selling like people thought it would. So, I mean, I'm an owner of the Wii U. Okay, that's a big thing. If you could turn around so I can get an easy shot on you. What the hell are you? Out of respect for Lothars, I could mention what I think that thing's head looks like, but I won't. There's a lot of games that I feel like deserve to be on the Switch. Like, you know, the Persona Q games. Would love to see them. I don't know how those games sort of go about when... I'm trying to just think off the top of my head of like, well, if you need 2 screens, how's that gonna work? But like, to me, that seems very fixable. Like, that doesn't seem to be needed. What even is this thing? A verse salamander, mysterious amphibious monster whose eyes are nearly vestigial. Someone looked that word up. I think that means that it's not like, you probably can't see the eyes, probably. Inside its brain, I don't know. I'm gonna be shocked if I even said that right. A lot of experience for those, and a Curia bomb, which is also really, really nice. Oh, another one of them non-penis monsters. Ah, right. Well, let's use that. Soul Blur. That'll work. It's a nail and a half. Yeah, that's my foot. Yep. Alright, let's see if this'll nail it. Oh, man. I feel like these things haven't even had a chance to, like, do any damage or anything. Like, they haven't even been able to poke themselves out, have a little fun with it, right? Jordan Smash, right? If that pushed that thing out of the way too far for me to do the team rush attack on everybody, I'm going to be really upset. Okay. Phew. Phew. Do you want to have a nap? Nap time? Come on, if you're going to have a nap, I got to change your bum. Come here. Look at this. He's trying to crawl into his crib. That's not me. He's crawling into it. Uh-oh. I think a toddler bed might have to be... Well, I think you have to be turned into a toddler bed. Come here. Come here. Come here. I gotta change your butt. Monkey. No, monkey. Blanket? Blanket? You want this? Okay, let's put it there. Those good old solid chair streams, right? Those work. I feel like I'm like at the rodeo when I'm doing my son's diaper. It's like you do it so quickly, and then you throw it all up and wrap up the legs, and throw your hands up in time, right? I think that's one of those. There's got to be somewhere in the world, surely there's like a diaper world record change or something, and it's probably not even a clean diaper. That's the thing. Upon closer inspection, you notice this chest is made of grimwood. Start to panic, realizing you've just robbed the relative of a lawyer. Better call Saul then. Am I going the right way? I've confused myself again. Yeah. Alright, let's start utilizing those CPs again. This is where this is getting a little silly nanny. Alrighty. Use something that's going to be fun. Lothars, is there ever a 3-person combo craft? I mean, I know what the 4-person is like the team rush. But is there ever like a 3-person one where they're all in a giant orgy together and you know they're just having fun, right? You know, that's the. I feel like I want to use my spit it out, Jordan. I want to use my burst effect, but I feel like there's going to be a boss soon. Oh, I probably won't be able to utilize it during said boss fight, so that's going to be on us. I'm starting to be a lot smarter in regards to the battles here. A little bit more. That's not gonna work. I thought I had one of these in a line. That's it. Oh, that's a waste. Just stumble on up to him. Which one of those heads is taking like the brunt of that? I feel like it's not nice. Oh, come on. You just turn around as I'm about to smash your skull in. Oh, okay. That's huge. Oh my god. And those things can't move. Oh my god, wonderfulness. Oh my god, it's wonderful. It's magical. Really? You can't attack any of them there? Well, get the one in the back. They all can't move more than 6 feet. That one was so lazy he didn't even want to move. He's just like, well, my life is over. See, he knew. It was that point. He knew. He fucked up. Of course, I shouldn't make their life any easier by coming closer to them. I just don't know how you can take someone so seriously that's wearing a scarf like that. Like, wrap it up around the neck. Keep yourself warm. Like, isn't that its purpose? I mean, I thought so. Alrighty. No. I feel like that's not needed, but that's gonna spread out everyone. Spread love. There you go. Murdered one of them. What do you have for some arts and crafts here? Sleep! I don't know if that's gonna affect them all, but you know, like, throw it out there. See if it works. S Granada 2. Sure. Let them be. Let them be! I feel like you were gonna get a. Oh, they're both dead. Yeah, you get a critical. I think that's like an old Japanese RPG thing. I think especially, like, put something to sleep, you know. Usually, if something was asleep, it would also heal, though. That was the thing, like, that I can remember, anyways. I do admire a good chest and the curves and its luscious locks. Absolutely have to. Oh, is this a critical opportunity here? All but one. How dare ye? Did we not get another quartz? Like, I don't know if it was a master quartz. That's just coming to me now, of course. No? Which one did I get? And none of these are screaming out at me. I feel like I should just be putting these on regardless. Let's just throw something on for the moment. Oh. Lothars, what difficulty did you play this game on? And I don't want to speak out of turn here and say like everything's seeming overly simple, because it's not. But like sometimes I feel like the ability to just come up behind something and get a successful ambush doesn't break it, but it certainly makes it like I haven't had a tough fight here yet, except for maybe against that salamander, and he didn't even do anything, but I was worried about it. I was worried. Thought something was gonna happen. Mm-hmm. How many times can you punch the poor thing? Honestly. Like, I feel like I would maybe want to do one solid go, at least try Nightmare Mode, but I don't know how well that would do with little old me. And we are just oh so cruel. Oh, we resisted that. Oh no! That's gonna do something. He's dead now anyways, but no, had we not have gotten that move thrown on us, we would have got a little bonus. Damn it! Stop coming after me! Oh, was he not? Oh, he brought a little friends! How nice of him. Well, that's alright. We could do an Ellie. Yeah, we could do that one. God, these are just so satisfying just to even see. Oh, you didn't murder... Oh, come on! There you go. Get it out of the system. Should be able to murder it. Wow. Ow? What'd you headbutt me for? That was mean. No treasure chest. Come on. Uh-oh. You know you're getting into something when you got a giant ass, like, room. giant ass monsters. So yeah, so that sort of resets itself almost every time. Like it drops down a level for every time you don't use it. So much like you know, Baker could come on in here and tickle me with the old triples and English that you never use a CP and you also don't use your bursts. What's wrong with you? That's how we summon people like that. Yeah, he's getting on me now. Not only do you not use your CP, you now don't use that. Okay, so I don't know if we've been that way. We can also go south. I think so. Turn around, turn around, turn around. Boy, you got some mean looking teeth. Oh, come on. Meow, 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 meow. Just knew it right off the hop. Like, oh, you're not gonna get that hit. There we go. Now that's the proper brain working upstairs for Jordan. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, you know, it surprises even me every once in a while. What is this gonna be? Should probably save. I knew there was going to be monsters. What a great opportunity to use a burst shot, though, right? That seems great. But in order to use that, there we go. Get everyone overly involved. Yep. I don't like see now I'm thinking to myself like, oh, was that something? Hold on. I'll keep it going. There you go. It's still playing. Whether I shot myself in the dick there by spreading it a little too thin there. Just seeing what we got for giant areas. Oh, come on. Okay, so you got that. I think the two of you could rock that. How does that not hit everybody? Come on. We attack the sleeping ones, they'll be dead. Just a little sliver, eh? Reach on in there, shoot him. There we go. Nice, sleep and leave him alone, leave him be. That went about as clean as anything could go. The Gladiator Headband. I think we have some of those. What's the difference between an RPG protagonist and a rare metal collector? One treasures your steel and the other steals your treasure. Oh, that's good. Yeah, do we want to go north or south? This is where I'm trying to make that decision of like, I feel like towards the train. Well, see, they're both. I don't want to advance the story. Oh, well, okay. Well, let's see what's up this way. Oh. Okay, that's something. That's going to be enemy territory. Boss fight territory. Why is it I choose a show and then in 3 seconds it ends anyways? Like, come on. Yeah, so we're gonna know to go to the north, but I want to see what was down. Like, I don't know if this was like the continuing of something. Like, surely there's got to be some treasure chests this way. Something worth our time to find. Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think I spread them a little too thin there. That's okay. Six, 666. Come on, I feel like there should be a devil that comes on down and has a little chuckle about that. You know, have the mod scene bring it on that up. This is super odd. An area where there is nothing, just led to nothing. Very odd. Oh, you're not gonna be doing anything. Give me a break. You think to yourself for a hot second that you're capable of releasing a move? Ain't happening there, sweetheart. I don't know if mushrooms can be gendered, but I just gendered them. Yeah, I don't mind. One turn of Wazy being confused. That's fine. Just don't punch. I asked you nicely to not do that, and you did it. You did it anyways. Yeah, like... Oh. It's a broken ladder. So there is something there. Okay. And nothing else. Okay. Well, off we go. I'll save it up again because, you know, you just know that there's going to be something like that. And I just know Wolfslayer was like, Jordan, you haven't saved it forever. But I just made up like 4 saves out of nowhere just because I feared like we'll die or something. So, you know, we'll make it up. We'll hit that 300 mark soon eventually, I'm sure. Well, it looks pretty. I'm not going to lie. It looks pretty. This looks like where something really big is going to come out and surprise us. No, we didn't. Well, come on, Noelle. There was that broken ladder that I'm sure led right up to probably some safety. So staying here won't do us any good. Our best option is to likely retrace our... No. No. Don't do that to me now, game. Could you imagine? That's it? Like just, okay, let's work our way back. Surely we missed something. Good question. At the very least, it doesn't seem to be connected to curiosities happening inside the mine. Could it be related to those people we saw at the doll studio? I mean that mean guy that didn't want us to be involved and even head on in there? Oh, you mean that guy. The professor with the absolutely terrible bowl haircut. Anything's possible. Got a 50-50 shot about it. But we can't say for sure. No, we're police officers and we have to do our proper due diligence. Otherwise, we're just going to be throwing anybody in jail. And that's not what we do. Despite the fact that I've, in 2 games, yet to see the Crossbell jail. I assume it's like under the CPD headquarters where we're not allowed to go because it's got that nice little velvet rope. And you know, you never go past a velvet rope. Leads me to believe the trap was for us specifically. Hope I'm just overthinking this. What's wrong, Lloyd? Are you alright? Oh, I'm fine. You know, let's just pull back for now. Wait. There's got to be a boss coming here. There's got to be. There's no way that we just call it a day. Like, have we forgotten that there was a bunch of rocks blown up preventing our escape? Like, we've been thorough here. From above. Death always comes from above. Nani? Oh. I was expecting like a salamander boss or something. Not something super giant that's like a dragon thing that's gonna ruin my day. It's a dragon. Okay, what's it doing to us? It's murdering us, is what's happening. I'm losing strength! Okay, great. The vibrations are sapping our energy. Is that what it is? Stuck the vibrator right up the hooper and we lose all of our life force? Damn it, Ellie! Noelle! Run for it! Don't say that. We're a team. We would never leave you alone by yourselves. Uh-oh. It's doubled down. If only someone could help and save us. Did someone, like, bring out a dog whistle or something? Oh! Randy! And he's not dressed like a goofball. Randy Orlando coming to save the day. He could bring his way away from the porn studio and help us all out. How nice of him. Oh, it's going to be a hard decision of who he's going to have to replace. And Zeet. Woof indeed. Wow. This is huge. The way this was going, I was fully expecting that we weren't going to see Randy until like the last chapter or something. You just made the greatest... No, sorry. I just made the greenest smoothie I've ever seen in my life. Like what green? Like the green that your name is to me right now? Like lime green? I don't have anything green to show at this moment in time. Strike it with everything we've got. And what made it green? Lettuce? Tomatoes? Before they were ripe? What else could it be? Uh-oh. Jeez Louise. I love how the game has just decided to kick Wazy to the side. No, you're going to use Randy Orlando. We know you want to use him. Absolutely, right? I don't know if that'll work. I can't even reach him. Come on. Can I? No, that won't. Heavy smash? We can't do anything here. Well, everyone's together. In this smoothie, there's almond milk, celery, cucumber, spinach, kale, apple, orange, coconut oil, and pineapple. That is a lot of green in there. That's a lot of green in there. Oh, come on. That ain't gonna work. What did we try with, what's their face? Well, my mom's at work. My mom's at work. If we could use our spells here, that'd be great. That'd be great. There we go. Let's get an idea of what this thing hates. I don't think I have any of that spells. A cryptid in the shape of a dragon. It distorts space and time when it shakes its head. Level 56 with 38,000 HP remaining. Looks like its resistances are down, but if we can't use Quake. There we go. That'll work out well. All right, everyone's happy and dappy here. Yeah, I don't have any of that move, unfortunately. I don't think that'll work. Ooh. I would like to move around a lot. If you get past this strange chunky texture it has, it's actually not bad tasting. Can't you just hit the button 18 more times? No? I think that would be a thing for me. I wouldn't be able to, like, drink something that, like, was chunky. Uh-oh. Rainbow Ray? What are you doing here? Ugh. Oh, my God. Please lay off that next time. How is that for a line, but you can't go and do it? Are you kidding me right now? Maybe we shouldn't all be standing together. Jeez Louise. Alright, it's time. I was hoping for it to have some fun things here. I think the delay isn't gonna work. Yeah, we can't do an AT delay. God damn it, we can't do burn. Is there anything we can do here? How about movement? Oh, we could do the movement thing. There we go. Maybe we'll just use that burst as well. Looks like we need to do an actual move to get it rocking. That didn't move it up? Oh, are you kidding me right now? We're gonna get hit again. Oh, perfect. All right, let's start wailing on this thing a little bit properly here. There's some damage right there. That's perfect. When you're drinking a smoothie, are you putting it in a thing with a straw? Are you sipping it back like one of those I don't know. God damn it. And of course Ellie's the one that could heal, but you know, she's also got the Chaos brand, which is going to be super helpful. Oh, she will get another turn to heal though, so that actually will work out. You're just sipping this one too chunky for straws. We'll get a bigger straw then. Right? No, don't get mad at me. I didn't mean to get all mad there. Yeah, there's no burn there, so there's really no point in that. Can we blind this guy? No. God. Can't do any fun things against this guy. This is, oh, what the hell's a photon shoot? And is that going to do any damage? No. No, it is not. Unless you have one of those really wide straws like a boat. Okay, yeah, I could see that. Really are getting in some pointings here. I hope we're all still close enough for an Ellie heal. Oh, come on! Off by one. Oh, well. Actually, she'll get another turn. And I see a team argument there. Team argument. What is wrong with me? No, 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 no. Yes. Well, shit. No. How can... I don't want him to have that. This has gone over terribly. Well, I mean, he's not going to use it, but then we're not going to use it, so I feel even stupider about it. Oh well. Ow. Would you like not do that next time, bud? Be appreciated. There we go. There we go. At least he's not acting too quickly, too often. Too quickly, too often? Yeah, that worked. That seemed to work. For something that large, just keep him down in the dumps. Still no... Not offering us anything. Alright. Let's scream out a combo craft. What do we got there? Ellie and Randy. Did she say Randy? I guess Japanese don't have a name for Randy except for Randy. Yeah, that's some damage. Oh, I just bypassed her Chaos brand though. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Oh, I'm an idiot. I don't think that's gonna work. Maybe. Let's try it. Don't know if it does work. Boy, I'm surprising myself every once in a while. Really are. Really are. I wonder if Ellie gets a little upset the more I do, you know, non-sexual attacks with other people. But could you give me a critical attack here? Just give me something here, game. Give me, lay it on me. Let me help you. Oh, God. Oh, actually, because we have the buffs, you know, like, because I've been paying attention to what we have to do here, it's actually worked out wonderfully for us. I don't think we can seal them. No. That'll do something. Why, is Wazy actually going to do something eventually? My God. Oh, damn it. I don't really need to heal. She probably has a one of these heals. She does. Perfect. Perfect. All right, Randy, get in there. Then we'll see what Wazy's gonna do, and then we can probably do some craziness. Anime time. So, like, Chelsea, do you use those as, like, a meal replacement? Like, is that, like, what your breakfast or lunch would be? As opposed to, you know, making a meal, per se? We've got a couple of those we can use. Yeah, just I feel like the delay wasn't there, but maybe it is. Give it a whirl. You won't know, because trying to, yes, okay. Is it working so far? Doing it back in the spring, but being the only one kind of sucked. This time Wolf has agreed to do it. Well, that's nice of him. That's nice of him. Does he see it as a way for him as suffering in a way, though? Is that the way he looks at it? It's hard to do things by yourself, right? We might be able to just finish this off with a, with my boy Lloyd. I'm not suffering. I need the vitamins too. Okay, fair enough. Good, you're a good sport, my friend. Actually, I had to work my butt off for this fight. Thank God we got Randy, though, to come on in and help us out. That was really, really nice. And we just kicked Wazy right off to the side. Everyone but Randy leveled up. Come on, Randy, you need to be up to 57 like everybody else. Now, do we think that was the thing that caused the headaches for us? It vanished. What in the world was that? Oh, making me fight some crazy ass monster. My first minute back on the job, I just went through survival training, you know. And then, like, what, afterwards you had a shower, right? A shower with that lovely lady. Glad we pulled that one out. I hope you pulled out. Yeah, he looks like he's improved. Yeah, we kicked you right off to the side. Oh, I owe you one, Randy. But how did you know we were in here? Pfft, probably couldn't get the gist of it from following up on the quest that we've been taking. He is a police officer still. I heard you guys were on your way to mines. By the time I finally caught up with you, you're already neck deep in it down here. Lucky breaks indeed. Yeah. The mains miners punched through a little while ago, so the second they did, I made my way on in and came running after you. Good boy here showing up as backup was coincidence. Glad he did. Sound like he barked. Yeah, somehow the SSS is always getting bailed out at just the right time. That sounds great. Are we okay? I think so. Let me guess, now that this mine's been opened up, like, I feel like everyone's gonna come in here and go like, hey, like, well, we might as well start mining for some new septium and whatnot, right? Looks like it's flowing again. Yes, we're all in one piece. And a red-haired angel named Randy Orlando. Thank you for helping us out so quickly. Oh, no need. We were the ones who asked you to do this job. I can hardly believe what's going on in here. Aren't these the tunnels that our great-grandfathers mined? Never heard of anything about them being like this. More importantly, why did the entrance suddenly cave in like that? Oh, someone probably had like one of those buttons, you know, and just, tried to blow us all up. Let's go back to town, explain the life of things, what happened, our findings to Mayor Bixen, make sure we get payment for this. That went well. After returning to Maine's mines, Lloyd and the others explained what happened to Mayor Bixen and the miners. In the end, there was no conclusive evidence pointing to who could have destroyed the gate or laid the trap at the entrance, but the surrounding area was searched once again, and after confirming the absence of anyone suspicious, the Guardian Force was contacted and additional patrols were requested. Meanwhile, the SSS made it all the way back to Crossbell. Whether or not we bitched about walking or riding the bus remains to be seen. Who brought the car here? Does he not take the car? Does he get car sick? He just jumped up like to the moon. Canyonero! Ha! I was thinking it on the drive here too, but damn, this car's... Wait, so you took the car? I think I'm going to be a total lady killer driving around in this thing. Oh god, here's where we got to tell him that he can't just take it out for his lady business. Only amateurs need to rely on wheels to get where they want to be, if you catch my drift. Look, Lazy, I understand you're quite the womanizer yourself, but please pay attention to Randy. He's the womanizer. You're just like second fiddle to Randy. I thought you were napping. You like playing with the curtains? One day, those things are just going to come on down. I think so. Much like when you get called on The Price is Right. What's going on up there? Going out? Okay. So heavy. It's a fan. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wazy wants so bad to be as luscious as Rain, yet they never will be. They never will be. Well, I mean, I don't know Wazy as well. Like, I'm just going off of his womanizing efforts from the previous game where we really didn't get to know them. We just knew them as a womanizer, but never said I needed anything. Right, there we go. That's the Randy we know and love right there. Sorry to tell you, but I think Wazy might have you beat in that department. Oh, I don't agree here. That's where... Yeah. You can tell he's serious. Like, is the text bouncing around because we're on a rough road, or is it because Randy was a little upset that Noelle brought that up? Sorry. Oh yeah, Randy. You got a spare key from the chief, didn't you? Great. Everyone should have their own set of keys then. When did you learn to drive an orbital car? Why don't we just replace that as, when did you learn to drive? Period. Like, I feel like he would have learned that in the CGF long ago. What was that bump? Oh, I don't know. Jesus. Boy, we gotta stop running over everybody here. Should all learn too. Could come in real handy. Oh my god, great. We're gonna end up being a bunch of Nancy's who aren't even gonna learn to drive. Well, there's no downside to learning it. It may prove quite useful. Yeah, like there probably will be a time where the Earth is coming on down, crashing behind us. We're gonna have to pull a 2012 and somehow drive to the plane so that We have nothing to land in. Given the choice, I prefer to be driven than to drive. Of course you would. And for some apparent reason, that upset Noelle. So there's still the purple mist, though. I still can't picture a bus driving through all this. I can't imagine they did it without a motive. But whoever did this, they're up to no good. Where could they have found explosives like that? Probably at the Maine's Mountain Village. Even the CGF doesn't use those things. Why do I have a weird feeling that somewhere like the CGF doesn't use them, heaven forbid the army uses them, but somehow the special support section probably has boxes full back in the chief's office of explosives that we don't have to use anymore. Maybe the IBC. Granted, I don't know much about explosives, but still. Oh no, it wasn't. Do you know something we don't, Randy? Based on the smell of the residue near the entrance, I'd say that was a newer model of explosive, no older than 1 or 2 years. And a high performance one at that. You don't say. Well, I'm shocked you could discern all of that just from the smell. He's got a hell of a honker there. It's not like gunpowder weapons are completely obsolete. They've fallen out with regular armies, but even now, some people prefer them. See, it's weird because I thought we were led along, not led astray. Like we saw Randy when he was out training for survival. And he had a gun instead of his staff, but then he comes in and rescues us. And he's got his trusty old staff. But I thought someone had mentioned that there was a time he uses a different weapon. Interesting. So then, I'm just talking in hypotheticals. For the record, Bonerville is still the largest user of gunpowder weapons. Their mayor would know that. They even have a large stockpile of old Rhineford models. Really? Figured you know a lot more about these things than us. But Bonerville, huh? That makes matters even more complicated. Yeah, especially after yesterday. What? Something happened? Well, yeah, actually. As we explain the details of their encounter with Lecter Arundel. I'm gonna grab a beverage. I'll be right back. When I want to go grab a beverage, someone has pooped. Did you poop? Yes. relax. Hey, go play. Bear? Here? Becky? Now I gotta wash my hands. And then I almost forgot a drink. We've been driving like forever, right? Is this ever gonna end? So that playboy really is an Imperial spy, eh? Well, it would seem so. I always knew he wasn't normal. Well, just because someone's a spy doesn't mean that they're not normal, per se. It's a captain of their intelligence division. Might simply be here to scope out the city ahead of the trade comp. Wait, who are we talking about? That redheaded girl that was with them. That girl! Can you feel the warmth of her hands even now? No, actually, I can't. Oh, what's this? Miss something good? Well... We explained what happened with the red-headed girl that was with Lecter. Whoa. Stop imagining it. Seriously. I can sympathize with how Rixia is treated by Ilya now. Well, I don't think it's that bad, but I guess there are some similarities to it. All jokes aside, things may be coming to a head soon. Don't forget, she wasn't a normal civilian. Well, she wasn't the only one. There was also that man we met on the West Crossbell Highway that murdered those bugs. He came from the direction of the Empire. Come to think of it, he had red hair too. Uh-oh. Randy? Does your carpet match the drapes? It wasn't red like Lecter's though, no. But more like that girl's. In fact, they might have been the exact same shade. Wait. Could it be? So, it was the same as mine, huh? The plot thickens. Does that mean anything to you? Well, shit. So they finally come. Wait, who's coming for you? I feel like it's taking longer to drive through here than it is when we were walking. Mushy Mushy! Lloyd Bannings of the SSS, what can we do for you? Bannings, it's me. Dudley, first detective. Heard you were away on business. Did you just get back? We tried to be a big help, absolutely. There's nothing, just, well, doing our duty. More importantly, has something happened? Yes. I figured you all should, know. The old Ravache compound was sold today, and it officially has a new owner. The name on the deed is Crimson, and Company. Wait, so isn't that the company that was currently had the offices on the East Street? It's not Hey You? Wow. It's an imperial company that has a pretty checkered history too. Wait, no, was Hey You the one that was had the offices on East Street? I'm so confused. They're from the Empire. Darth Vader has taken over the Ravash company home. Great. They run a high-class club in the imperial capital named New Blanc. They also opened a branch location in Crossbell City about a year ago. Apparently, they're aiming to launch a full-scale expansion into the state. I mean, what a perfect time for Randy to come back, right? We're having an opportunity to go on to a high-class club. Is Orlando there? Uh-oh. Yeah, we just met up with him. What's the deal here? Ooh, he's got the dirt, eh? Just ask Randy. Just do as Dudley. Can we do something just as someone asks instead of just like jumping to a bunch of conclusions like Lloyd only wants to do? Just ask him. Hey Randy, do you know about this company that's taken over the old Ravasha compound? Yeah, take us to the entertainment. Look, he just wants to go right there. Enjoy a beverage or 8. Sure, but no buts. So what is this Crimson and Company? Well, I'm sure Dudley said it. It's a Bonerville company that manages one of Heimdall's most poppin' clubs, New Blanc. But in reality, it's a front to fund the Red Constellation Jaeger Corps. I'm sorry, the what? That was a mouthful. And now it's raining. Great. It's pouring. I am not sure whether or not the old man is snoring. You guys just stand out in the rain like that all the time? Where are you heading back to? If that's where you're going, then be careful. In the meantime, the fool is needed elsewhere. Wait, who's the... Are we sure? Is the fool Lloyd? Am I putting 2 and 2 together here already? Reminds me, our assignments for this plan have been decided. Are you tired? Are you tired? You want your blankie? Where's your blanket? Where'd you put your blanket? You don't want your blanket? Want your blanket? This one? No? Assignments have been planned. The 7th Angui and I are going to be in charge. Really now? Whipping out the big guns, are we? Oh, missed opportunity for another penis joke right there. I suppose it does make sense. There are going to be some tricky pieces on the board. Maybe it's for the best. That was my thought exactly. Before I forget, I think I'll leave the operational report on the Astral Code in your hands. I'm quite excited to see how it fares in a low-level network environment. Alright, I'll take care of it when I've got some free time. Well then, for the sake of our Grand Master Sexay, indeed, For the sake of the Grandmaster Sexay. Wrestling jokes. Oh! So they have the power to just... Okay. That's something. Can you disappear too? I, Enforcer number 0, Campanella the fool. Also, Lloyd's not the fool. You are the fool. And we don't pity no fools. But you're not even number 1. You're number 0. You're it. Hereby declare the Phantasmal Blaze plan is now in motion. He does. He does. Maybe it's just the hair. You know, we all wake up like that every once in a while, don't we, Wolf Slayer? Hair's all crazy. Just needs to run a brush through it. Remember the last game when everyone was making the comment about how Zia or Kia was like a child of Lloyd and Ellie, and everyone was like, whoa, like you gotta do the math here. That would mean like they were bumping uglies at 8.
Laddie!
Despite the fact that Zia is, or Kia, why do I keep calling her Zia? Kia is like 500 years old. Wait, is leaving it on the sidewalk there, or is that a road? I don't know. What? You can't just activate and deactivate these things. The burst gauge will become temporarily unusable after the climax of each chapter in the story. But it'll pick up once again once the story picks up. When that happens, the burst gauge will then reappear in the top right. So I guess you know it's like the end of a chapter when you get your burst gauge back up again. That is rather odd. Man, the rain hasn't let up all day. Doubt I'm reeling anyone else in, so I might as well clock on out. Oh, excuse me, miss? Ma'am? Saw this ripped guy with red hair around here a little while ago. There's a cute girl who was acting like a cat, too. Oh, and some wannabe playboy who looked like he was a tourist. It's not every day you see a team that weird. Wait, is that us or them, or... So that's the man. Okay, I remember these two. Okay. Dolphy? It's been 2 years, but you haven't changed a bit. Randy! I do. You put me aside here a little bit there, Wolf Slayer. I'm trying to, like, maybe Lloyd's some type of experiment and had a twin or something. Maybe it's like Metal Gear. So the pieces fall into place. So it's weird. Lecter in that portrait looks like he has the same hair color as everybody else, but they made a point to say that Lecter's really wasn't the same shade. And you can see it like in their sprites, that Lecter's is like a little bit more of a pink color, but there it looks like the same red. The kid is actually a clone of Guy, but they screwed up and made another Lloyd. Hair color was a dead giveaway and all, but still, I was expecting a family reunion today. What is going on here? A little bit. Man, it's a good thing we beat Hey You and the Four-Eyed Lily Dragon, or whatever it is, to the punch. Are we fighting now? Are we gonna do some breakdance fighting? You mean the war you guys waged with Heiyu last year in Calvard? Obviously, we weren't privy to that. Where are you going? Where are you going? So tell me, Uncle, what are you doing in Crossbow? Like, is this like legitimately his uncle? What the hell are you planning? Busyness, obviously. More importantly, I've got something to tell you, Randolph. Oh, that's why they call him Dolphy. Look, that's a stretch. That's a big stretch. We're calling him Randy, Randolph. Fine, I can accept that. But you don't call someone whose name is Randolph Dolphy. We don't bring the trucks up here. No. 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 Truck doesn't belong up here. Truck doesn't belong up here. Truck doesn't belong. Ow! Truck doesn't belong up here. Okay, play with it down here. Apparently trucks belong up here, so just place it right there, right? Little cranes with the thing broken, because eventually everything will get broken. My brother finally bit the dust. The one-eyed man, one-eyed monster, Johnson. 2 balls, 1 strike. Wait. If he's legitimately my uncle, and he said his brother passed on, does that mean Randy's father? He and Zephyr's boss ended up offing each other. A battle to the death between the war god and his bitter rival, the Jaeger King. Should have seen it. It was awesome. You want a different show? What do you want on? Uh-oh. What are you pointing at? Uh-oh. Hold on. What's the matter? Come show me. So that's so. Stupid old man. He died doing what he loved. Wait, okay, so my dad was the King Jaeger and now he's dead? He had a real satisfied look on his smug-ass face, didn't he? Much like how Wazy or Randy usually have a satisfied look on their face. Time of his life. Lucky old man, I wish I could find a rival like that. Well, if nothing else, he went down with no regrets, aside from having a worthless deserter of a son. Whoa! Don't be throwing shade here. This isn't allowed. Vacation's over, Randolph. Keep your schedule open. We'll be in touch. I hate... Dolphy is like triggering to me, like... Where do they have the funds for a house like this? Are they who I think they are? Vice leader of the Red Constellation, Sigmund Orlando. And his daughter, your cousin, Shirley Orlando. Strongest and worst of the ogres. Wow. Wow! I didn't expect that. Mic dropped. Wow. And we got some information quartz, which is going to be huge for us. That's going to do it, I think. I would love to continue on, and I know it's early, but I want to stop at a note like that. I think that was really good. I got some things to do before work. I know, but I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I want to look at setting Final Fantasy 14 up. I want to maybe dive in a little bit. So yeah, like with the bad comes the good, with the good comes the bad, right? But yeah, like I didn't want to get into that. Like, good chapter ended, and oh man, I didn't realize what time. You know, it's like it's still early-ish, but man, I can see why Neomatter gets so excited over these things. But I should be back like literally all weekend with streams. We're working on with Persona 4. I feel like I've put in the work to be able to take on Adachi and Amarita, or whatever the hell the stupid guy, that very big weird circle thing. We're working on this. Hades is still happening. We're getting there. So, as always, folks, I want to thank you for tuning on in. We should be back tomorrow, and then Sunday as well, and then I'm off the following week. So, yeah, a lot of good stuff is happening, a lot of good games happening, and a lot of friends are happening. So, with that, we'll bounce on out. As always, folks, goodbye and good night. Shall see you, hopefully, tomorrow, if I don't wake up at like 3 in the afternoon. Goodbye. Have fun.